Emma had been awake since 6 in the morning, staring at the ceiling as sunlight slowly crept into the bedroom. Saturday mornings were supposed to feel light, lazy, comforting, but for her, they carried a strange weight, a mix of anxiety and exhaustion she couldn't quite explain. She turned her head and looked at Daniel sleeping beside her, peaceful.com, completely unaware. She sighed. "Can we please live this Saturday without cleaning?" she finally asked softly, her voice breaking the silence. Like, really live it. No mops, no dusting, no productive adult things. "Let's do absolutely nothing," Daniel groaned, still half asleep, and blindly reached for his phone on the bedside table. He squinted at the screen, frowned, then raised his eyebrows. "Almost 12 already. That's insane," he muttered. "I don't even know what dimension I'm in right now." Emma sat up in bed, pulling the blanket around herself. "I'm serious, Daniel," she said, folding her arms. "I'm starting to quietly hate weekends. Every Friday night, I can't sleep because I know Saturday means cleaning. I hate cleaning." Daniel chuckled and dropped the phone back on the bed. "Then, let's become millionaires," he said lazily, "so we never have to crawl around the apartment with rags again." Emma grabbed a pillow and threw it at his head. "Oh, come on," he laughed. "I get that long sleep causes hallucinations, but that was extreme." She rolled her eyes, but a small smile escaped her lips. "I was actually thinking," Daniel continued, stretching, "maybe I'd accept your offer. Take you out to a cafe or a movie. Forget about dust, laundry, and dirty dishes." Emma's eyes lit up. Double quotes, "Really? But," he added quickly, laughing again, "after those insults, my good intentions are officially cancelled." She reached for another pillow. Okay, I was joking," she said quickly. "Take it back. Please, let your plans come true." Daniel suddenly became thoughtful. "I don't mind," he said. "Seriously, but what if one of our relatives decides to show up, especially your mom? Or mine? Are you ready for hours of lectures?" Emma frowned. "I shouldn't have to be ready for anything," she replied firmly. "I don't owe anyone anything, except my husband." And my husband said, "It's okay." Right on cue, the doorbell rang. They both froze. Daniel slowly turned his head toward the door. "Well," he said dryly, "the universe has a sense of humor." A few minutes later, Emma's mother, Linda, rushed into the apartment without waiting for an invitation. Her hair was perfectly styled as always, but her eyes were restless, anxious. "Mom," Emma asked cautiously, "what happened?" "We need to talk," Linda said quickly. "Let's go to the kitchen." Without waiting for a response, she walked in, sat down, and glanced around. Emma instinctively tried to block the view of the sink with her body. "Don't mind the dishes," she said awkwardly. "We were just really tired yesterday." "That's fine," Linda replied calmly. "Wash them later." Emma nearly dropped the glass she was holding. That wasn't normal. Something was wrong. "A few days ago," Linda continued, clasping her hands, "your father and I had an accident. The neighbors flooded our apartment." Emma's stomach dropped. "What? Why didn't you tell me earlier?" "I cried all night," Linda said, her voice trembling. "Everything is ruined. The ceiling, the walls, furniture, everything." Emma covered her mouth in shock. "What are you going to do?" she asked. "Did you talk to anyone?" "They admitted fault," Linda said. "They promised to cover the renovation, full repair." Emma nodded slowly, still processing. "And where will you live?" Linda hesitated just for a second, then looked straight at her daughter. "The renovation starts today," she said softly. "We have nowhere to stay. We wanted to ask, could we live with you for a few weeks?" Emma felt the room spin. "With us," she whispered. "We won't interfere," Linda added quickly. "It's only temporary. You wouldn't leave us on the street, would you?" Emma closed her eyes. Every childhood memory, every lecture, every criticism came rushing back. But this was her mother. "Okay," she finally said, "you can stay, as long as the renovation gets done." Linda smiled instantly, relief flooding her face. "My golden girl," she said warmly. "I'll go get your father. Prepare the bedroom. We'll be back soon." "The bedroom?" Emma repeated. "Yes," Linda replied casually. "The living room is a passage area. You're young, you'll manage." And just like that, she left. Emma stood there in silence, her heart heavy. She didn't know it yet, but this Saturday would change everything.